Sometimes when we complete the square, we end up with things that aren't so nice and pretty, and we call these irrational and complex solutions. If we can't simplify the radical, we simplify what we can. In example 1, we have to complete the square, but as we work through it, we'll see that things don't necessarily come out beautifully. So subtract 2 from both sides, and we get 5x squared minus 3x is equal to -2. Now we divide everything by the leading coefficient of the first term, and that gives us x squared minus 3/5 x equal to -2/5. Now we need to find c. c is equal to 1/2 times -3/5 squared, and that gives us -3/10 squared, which is 9/100. If we add 9/100 to both sides of this equation, we need to build up that fraction on the right side of the equation by 20/20. So now we're going to have x squared minus 3/5 x plus 9/100 is equal to -40/100 plus 9/100. The perfect square trinomial on the left factors to x minus 3/10. And on the right, we get -31/100. Taking the square root of both sides to solve for x, we get x minus 3/10 is equal to the square root of -31/100. Notice that the square root of 100 in the denominator would be 10, so we don't have to worry about rationalizing the denominator, but we do have a -31 in the numerator. So we're going to have to pull out the I and leave the square root of 31. Now if we add 3/10 to both sides, we finally get x is equal to 3 plus I root 31/10. In example 2, once again we need to set it up so that the number is on the right hand side. So that means we're going to have to subtract 32 from both sides and subtract 4x squared from both sides. That gives us negative 4x squared plus 8x equals negative 32. Let's divide everything by the leading coefficient, negative 4. And now we have x squared minus 2x is equal to 8. Now completing the square, we get c is equal to negative 1 squared, which is just 1. So we add 1 to both sides. Now we get x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 9. Factoring that, we get x minus 1 squared is equal to 9. Taking the square root of both sides, we get x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3. So x is equal to 1 plus or minus 3, or in its most simple terms, 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 minus 3 is negative 2.